I don't know, most likely the first week, probably at least, or two, we'll probably end up doing the full little ramp. Probably wouldn't jump down an MC just for the extra rep and drops.
User joined your channel.
What's up?
What up? What up?
How much DKP we getting tonight?
You're getting a lot.
Oh, tree fitty.
Tonight is a lot of DKP. How much did you want?
Two.
Alright, we can do that.
Damn, it's shooting high. 2?
Malar, not everyone is as greedy as yourself.
Yeah, I'd want like 2.5.
I go however much they want to go. Right up.
Okay.
So they're not.
User joined your channel.
I know.
Hey
Oh,
guys,
User joined your channel.
There's Banny. Right on time. Chris was all like, Banny's not coming tonight. He has no interest in coming to the meeting. And it's insane. I'm joking. Don't yell at her. She just said you were going to be late.
You
bitch! She's just being a good friend. Decent turnout. Definitely getting closer to classic feel. Seeing some different people tonight. That's nice. A few people messaged me that said they couldn't make it tonight, but good to see Pathetic on for one of these.
Pathetic's on?
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, where?
Oh yeah.
I don't see him.
Our boy Vic came out. Left ear Vic.
Hey.
Oh wow,
Vic.
center
Hi, Vic.
Vic.
You like
hold
that?
on.
Well,
Wow.
only for maybe a half an hour. I'll go to shit.
You
Might
get
as well-
back in my left ear, miss.
Yeah, you might as well just put it right in the left ear. I'll just get used to that.
You want to put what in your left ear?
Vic, he belongs in our left ear, always.
I asked him to put it in the right one, but he couldn't do that for me.
I can't do that.
You guys are sick.
Nothing wrong with a little Vic in your left ear.
Like this?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there we go.
No.
What the fuck?
There's
It's
Mac.
in my left ear.
Yo, that's Vic. What's up, dude?
Hey.
who is whispering in my lap?
Fucking Vic.
Are you a sorcerer?
Yeah.
Dude, no joke. Like when Vic spoke, I actually like looked to my left. I'm like, where is he?
Boba, where is the
Who's
vibe?
behind me?
Who
It's
cares?
his like birthday party or something like that.
Yeah.
He's always got a birthday, like I don't know.
Yeah, hey, you know,
It's his dirty 30.
I've always gotten all right.
Yeah, he went out on like a pontoon in the middle of Minnesota Lake.
Minnesota. What was he doing last week?
Trying to get ready for a
A birthday party?
No,
Pilar?
I
Was he
think
Pilar?
firing?
It was his birthday too.
It's his birthday?
Yeah, it was his cousin's birthday.
Oh,
or something
Duffel,
like that.
are you the friend of them?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm friends with
It's good to meet you.
Boba and Abide. Yeah, nice
I'm
to meet you.
sorry.
Oh, don't mention me.
Are you friends as well?
I'm also sorry.
It's good to meet you as well.
Did you
Is that-
guys
is
all
that
play on
Cripes?
Spinebreaker?
Cripes?
Yo, what's up?
That's how you say it? Alright.
What's
I'm
up,
friends
dude?
with
Yeah.
Christ too.
Duffel and Christ. I like it.
Unfortunately, I'm friends with Christ too, but
Oh, jeez.
Did you guys both also play on Spinebreaker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Duffel did.
Yep.
Cripes is a bitch and lives in Kansas.
I live in Nebraska, and not a
Same
bitch.
shit, dude.
Are you not in Kansas anymore?
Not in Kansas anymore. Never actually been there.
Were you also in Phantom Elite Duffel?
No, I mean I was on Phantom Elite when like the very end, but yeah, not to begin with.
Yes.
I know Ping Ping.
Oh, I haven't talked to him since Vanilla.
Alright. Well,
Oh, you know Ping Ping too?
Uh-huh. He was my PvP buddy.
Oh, nice.
ping ping. Alright, Pro. You ready to get this show on the road?
Yeah, so
Ping Ping, Jang,
let's get it started.
Alright.
Healthy Bubbles.
Anybody
User
that's
joined
not
your channel.
anyone not familiar with TeamSpeak, at the bottom there's a little tab, just classic WoW, and there's a
Classic
link
WoW.
that Pronator has linked, and you go ahead and just click that link. You can be taken to a really beautiful spread of sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try your best to follow along. It does get confusing sometimes which page we're on.
We'll heckle Pro through the whole thing, don't worry about it. We'll figure out what page we're on at some point.
It could be A or B or 1, or it could be anything.
Or the
Yeah,
loot
does anyone
distribution
not
page.
see page 5 and 6? What the hell, Pro?
Don't jump ahead. We're on page.
I'm not. There's nothing on page 5 and 6.
There's nothing on page 5.
I can see it.
There's stuff on page 5.
I see them both.
Spoiler alert, page 5 is battle tags.
Whoa! The meeting's ruined. Everyone go home.
Okay,
Why are there only 6?
let's start this meeting with a bang.
You should have the
That's a
routine
squeal,
guard.
Malar.
You need to have
What
a
was
routine guard
that?
sheet for that.
That was like breaking, not a bang.
Okay,
You guys don't know the classic Malar sound by now? Oh, you
That's
must
the
be
Malar
new.
sound, yeah.
It's fine. The
It's the
guild
war
meeting's
cry.
going through puberty.
Alright. The floor is yours, Pro.
so start off.
Oh god.
Yo, is
No.
that Gortosh gonna be joining us?
We're gonna start off with a very serious matter. If you haven't heard, you had someone that was gonna be playing with us passed away. Most of you probably don't know him, but is one of Pano's friends. And just want to take a silence and think about the friendships we.
Thank you, bro. He passed last Friday. Very suddenly.
He was playing with us, so sure.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
So I have some advice for everyone. If you get frustrated or if it comes in classic, just remember, friends. You can
Well,
get
yeah, I
through.
mean, also remember to go outside, you know?
At least 5 minutes a day. Alright?
Consecutive?
Well, I mean, I am a priest, you want me to go?
Yeah, guys, don't forget to take care of your health. You do 0 DPS if you're dead.
Literally.
Rough. It's true. It's true.
Okay,
Alright.
we're gonna get going.
So I'm still missing slides 5 and 6, but that's cool.
Just refresh the page.
Just close it and open it up again.
So we got our schedule in the next few days. We have, if you haven't heard, we are on slide 2. itinerary.
We hadn't heard, but thanks.
Hadn't heard
Bill.
we're on the
Oh,
side.
like yeah, I'm missing all the info on the pit side one.
Okay, you just can't be part of the presentation then. Go ahead, bro. You got this.
Yeah. Our stress test tomorrow. That starts at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. That probably will last till Friday sometime afternoon. Talk about like our plans are there. I would highly suggest if you can get just at least set up some of the add-ons so share together. I would definitely do that. On Monday, our character creations. We should also probably Friday or Saturday. Probably know the realm.
So they did just, I just flipping through your page just to see if you had mentioned there is a blue post that they did just put up confirming that we will know prior to the weekend. So guarantee most likely it's going to be Friday, maybe tomorrow at the earliest, but we will know before the end of this week, like Friday.
They didn't say that we'd know, like, server region, though. They just are,
No, but so I made comments on the original post when Blizzard made the post on their forums mentioning that they need to talk about what servers are going to come from, and somebody made a good counter post about the reason why there are so many discrepancies between East, West, and Central times right now on Chicago and LA is because they consolidated so many different servers, and there was more servers on one side than the other, so they just kind of split it as best they kind of could. So they just kind of did whatever. So it's not going to be that way. They assume for Classic, so they should at least say East and stuff like that. There's like that realm status page that they always have for their servers. So as soon as they announce the servers, provided the servers are actually a physical thing right away, that realm status thing might come up.
Should be correct.
And it might be able, they'll say they're offline, but they might tell you the location that they're going to be at.
Awesome.
So if that's up and they announce by Friday, then we might have the weekend to see if this kind of stuff comes to light. We should get to know where they're from, and it should be as straightforward as saying they're East or Central or West time, and it should be proper.
Awesome.
So, assuming we know by Saturday, should like maybe have like a thing Saturday night just to try to.
Oh, we'll have to have an announcement like right away, but like if people
keep your eyes in
can't
Discord.
be on for when we pick our servers, like if people, like some people I'm sure are going to be picking names that are going to be taken by other people, like, so we can't not be ready for it. We kind of need to be ready right away once the servers are available to be selected with our initial choice, at least. Sorry, I have hiccups. With the initial choice, at least. As long as we do know, like, if I don't really want to go into it blind, like, if we don't know if they're LA or East, if that is the case, then we're going to have to figure out how we want to spread our names across multiple servers, because, like, that's going to be, like, the really only way to guarantee we get what we end up wanting if they don't give us that information. But that realm status thing should be a thing.
Yeah.
Going with Stonebush, right?
Stonebush, yeah.
Side note to that, from what Baz or someone was saying, the realm locations, they only show East Coast, West Coast, or Central. I don't know if they'll also have mountain, but like a central time zone could imply as either or, so I don't know how we would.
Well, the one person also mentioned that was alluding that it would be Central and East would be Chicago, and everything would just be LA if they says it's West Coast. Like if it says it's the PST or whatever time zone.
Right. Okay.
Because there is no other hub to give an actual Central, but the closest thing to Central probably would be the, like, Chicago one, I would guess. Because it used to be Dallas, wasn't it, for you? Was Dallas the original Central? In Phoenix?
What I was reading, yeah. They had it in Dallas, and they got rid of that one.
Yes.
It was Chicago,
Chicago still exists.
It was
Chicago's technically Central Time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used to have it, like a New York one or whatever too.
Right.
there was
So
Chicago, New
Central
York,
is probably-
Arizona, and LA.
Not just technically,
So now-
actually.
And now it's just LA.
And now it's just LA,
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
User
So-
joined your channel.
I guess they're most likely they're all going to put the majority over to the Eastern server, and then anything that says Pacific time on them should be the West Coast server.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what they'll do.
So we
Is
definitely
there-
need to have a.
Is there a lot of people thinking of reserving 3 names?
6?
I'm reserving 6.
I'm rather doing at least 2.
I'm only worried about
I'm
one.
just trying to see how, like, if we don't know what servers are gonna have, how we're gonna be able to split our names across.
Well, I guess if we truly don't. I don't know. How would you like?
Is
if
it
we
only
don't know?
3 characters, or can you do it on each server?
Total free per account.
Yeah.
Like,
So like Verity's alluding to, she can get 6 because she's gonna have 2 accounts. I'll have 2 accounts, so like I can get 6 names realistically. But
Probably just do 3 of the same on 2 different realms.
But
Not worry about
even that though, Mike, like, it's, like what you got a 50-50 shot of just choosing both, East Coast.
well, that's what I was saying. If we don't know, you have 3 choices as 3 servers. That gives you an option if you just get your main's name.
Yeah.
At least, and then we can guarantee. But I'm really hoping
We'll see,
that
like,
they
Friday
give
or Saturday.
enough information.
I think we also obviously need
Hold on
to
one
hash
second.
it out beforehand.
Yeah, I'm gonna put stuff in the oven. I'm just on the phone.
So
you
are
gonna
we
put in the
still
oven?
set on
My
Toxic
stepmom
as
and
the
my
guild
dad.
name, or?
Alright, finish the story, Trina.
Oh my god, what?
Juicy James,
Why
get
not?
it, get it, push
Toxic
the
is
talk
awesome.
on that, man.
Alright, he's a hunter. It makes sense.
Okay.
I work with that idiot at work.
Is he another one of your friends?
Yeah, we're friends at work. He's an idiot.
Okay, great.
That's why he's on.
Only at work though, not outside work.
But yeah, we'll end up talking about it probably Saturday, Sunday, and probably to decide. Obviously, we decide before day.
I'm sure it's a big deal to everyone, so people will probably be around. All the people that care will be around to
I think
want to know what's going on.
I
So.
would really be surprised if we didn't say PST.
Were
ST.
you
I think once they
trying to
announce the
shoot for a
servers, they'll be
Central
real.
Or the Chicago data center, or where do you?
West Coast.
We're looking
West
for the
Coast?
LA one.
Okay, let's continue.
Any what?
Well, I mean, wouldn't that make it easy though? Because aren't they gonna split it?
So
into
we
different-
move on to the
you
next
know,
slide.
Don't they have a West Coast list of?
There's no West Coast section. If you go into retail right now, it's just North American, Oceanic, Brazil, and like tournament server, whatever.
Yeah.
Just hoping
What I
that they give
remember
us
is
the realm time zone.
Blue Post says.
I
that
remember
they'll
from
have
the
time
roster
zones.
is that
Where's the Blue
or
Post
from
that
the
says they'll
roster
have time
being
zones?
like pretty split between the 3.
Hold on, Andix, where's the Blue Post? For Addicts?
Second paragraph for the announcing RP PvP. It says realm information, bracket names, rule sets, and time zones will be posted before the weekend.
Time zones and data centers are 2 different
No,
things.
it's not.
Are they the same?
I just said that. The only reason that the time zones are so skewed with the retail is because they just threw a whole bunch of data centers to 2 data centers, and they couldn't just be like, okay, there's 100 servers on East Coast, and then there's only this, so they just put a bunch of ones on there, and they didn't really care if they're East or West or Central. They just, so you kind of got screwed. You might have got a loss of ping, or you might have got a gain of ping. That's what this person was commenting to, is the reason why they're so screwed up on retail, and why there's a West Coast server with an East Coast time zone. So
For the most part, I looked at it. Most of the East Coast time zone is on Chicago. It's mostly correct, but there's a few. I think it's because some of the Australian servers and stuff like that, right? Cool.
So are we on page 3? Are we like moved forward?
Sure.
I think he's just on 2 still.
She's like,
Yeah, but that's
let's
just
go
the
already.
itinerary. I think what you're hitting on is
Yeah, so you already know the guild meeting schedule. 18 and a half days till
Free T-shirt day.
got a couple more meetings planned every Wednesday. Same sort of thing.
But then last
Obviously,
week we meet every day.
every hour.
And then actually
All
everyone
day,
meet up
er
in
day.
Colorado for the launch release.
Yeah, a meet up in Colorado. We're gonna have Red Bull. I'm gonna have 12-pack Red Bulls here. So let's share that.
Do we have to
So
show
are we moving on to slide 5 now, or are we
All right, let's go on to the classic on slide 4,
D?
which we've already talked about. This is the reserving your names and the stress test tomorrow. So they really want people to come at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is not going to happen for most of us. That's great.
Yeah, they did that to make it more of a world.
Yeah, it's good for you and for others, but it's fine. Interesting thing that we saw was they released like the specs required and basically play on a computer from 12 years ago. No problem. And also, yeah, the size of the whole entire download is like half a gig or a gig less than it was back in the day. Just kind of fun.
Only 5 gigs in total that you need to have on allocated, which is ridiculous.
And awesome.
So if you haven't started your subscription backup, I would highly suggest it. So you definitely want to 4 days. So 4 days, 5 days. If you can get in the stress test,
Yo,
go through
just
add-ons here.
one little thing I want to point out. On slide 3 on the calendar, Abide's birthday wasn't listed, but that's cool.
Yesterday.
Is that free T-shirt day?
I texted.
Hey, Abide, are you upset about that? Oh, right, not here. All right, continue.
Yeah. All right. So on to slide 5 is some battle tags of people that I just saw on my list. So sorry if you share it, but share it.
I want to share that with.
If you want to add
people,
yours, let me know. Or just say in TeamSpeak.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Is that hash? Thank you hashtag? No.
I forgot my battle tag. Let me look it up.
Oh shit.
We just message you on like Discord and you can add it or something. Yeah, I was gonna say you can add mine, but like, should I just say it or like?
I mean, if you want it.
Pro, you got one. That's the wrong one.
If you want to just send a message or poke pro or send a PM, then you can add them to the list. If you just give battle tags and it's just your name, don't give emails if you're not comfortable with that, because that's going to give your real ID for people who are unfamiliar with how this stuff works. But if you just give just your battle tag, then it's just like you can talk to each other. If you don't add them back, then I can't really remember what it does, but I don't think it'll show you exactly everything about you. Like, well, I mean, like your location.
Oh, my battle tag's easy. Okay. Mine is Pano number 1227.
Yeah, just send a text, open chat text to Pronator. You can
I sent a message on Discord.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael, are you watching Thundercats?
What?
Thundercats? Is that what you're watching?
No, it's South Park.
Oh.
Randy's getting ready for something big.
I knew it sounded so familiar.
He's prepping up.
South Park or Thundercats?
I actually thought if you asked me if I was from the Guild Thundercats, and I was like, on Frostmourne, I was.
Okay, next slide. Talk some add-ons. So, components put together as add-ons. We basically through a couple different sites that we found, picked ones that we knew what would be best. part of the problem. It's not really a problem, but obviously these will probably get up as Classic gets closer. But for now, like I put together a season to a zip. So there's 3 different.
Hello?
You want to get that?
A classic balance channel currently. There's 3 different zips that contain add-ons. So the all one contains all of them. The to be determined is the ones that we're not sure if they truly work, or they might partially work. And then the working ones supposedly are working, but again have to confirm them. But there's a lot of bag add-ons. You got dominance, some stuff like expect like bartender not working.
What?
I hope Pirate
like
Speak
a-
works barely and is hilarious.
Questy type add-on working?
Questy's working. Luna's working. Some of the big add-ons are,
Shagu?
but
Lazy Pig?
Lazy Pig, but there's other kind of, there's an add-on called Beatrix Plus or something like that pretty much takes the place of.
What about like classic macros, super macro, those stuff?
The macro
didn't see
system
any
is
super macros or anything.
completely different.
You don't need super macro because it's the updated macros.
Okay, that's awesome. People say that, I don't know if you guys have it, PF Quest is better than Questy.
PF Quest is
doesn't
Shagu.
work.
That's what I was asking.
So a lot of those sort of things. So there's like an add-on or a website, you can see it. It's called willetclassic.com. Basically, it's out to say, here's my latest, or we had this add-on that was working vanilla, but we're not going to port it. So there's some that people are just don't really know it, but they're trying to port to 8.7. I think eventually, like probably in the first month or two, have Twitch integration. I'm sure we have it a little bit now, like where you can get your add-ons and stuff directly through Twitch, and that'll be great. But for the most part, you have to actually get into those people to. But there's a lot of good ones in the working add-on zip. Welcome to download and then we'll mess around with them to try to fine tune. I think it's Baz, you're helping us, right?
Yep. And if there's any more, I'll add them.
Yeah.
As I
And
find them.
One thing that I wanted to like, so there's some add-ons that are so that we played with servers. It'd be nice if these keep track of them if they get up. Like Lazy Pig, for instance, like extreme ZG or at least find like whatever.
It'll be once they start adding them all to CurseForge, it makes it so much easier to sort them and find them. And but yeah, right now they're just all over the place in random GitHubs and stuff.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, and I had to like go through, make sure the 13 point whatever was on. There's a lot of them like say they're but then they link to the 8 point version, which isn't gonna directly. Some stuff directly simple apps, but for anything complex, it's gonna have to be tweaked.
Fishing buddy.
Yeah, if you see something, oh man, let's keep a list of things that we're keeping up
Is there
on.
any guild required add-ons that we must have?
I mean, there will be a couple, like obviously obviously whatever threat meter we eventually get.
If you're a healer,
there isn't one.
you're gonna need Luna.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
There's a Pally Power. Probably gonna need Pally Power.
Yeah, Pally Power. Sure. Stuff that like brain fabric.
Threat meter.
There will be LVUI is currently being worked on. If you haven't played retail, it's pretty much every single. It's threat meter, it's unit frames, it's cast bars. It's like the whole package.
I imagine quite a bit of packages like that.
Yeah,
I love packages.
That's definitely what I'll be using when it's updated. That's why I use it in retail.
Do you like small packages or big packages?
Yeah, I was gonna comment on the size of packages. That's important.
I don't discriminate, sir.
It's not the size of the package that matters.
It's how much money they make.
Your packages?
It's the motion of the package.
Somebody's been lying to y'all.
All right, let's move on. So again, we talked about this realm name and location. If they're saying what they said, that means technically probably by the end of the stress test on Friday, I would say, get the realm names and the time zones, which means we should have a couple days where we pick and choose. If you know anything else, let us know. One thing obviously want to do is certain streamers and stuff, try to avoid them. So if they pick where they actually want to be, yeah, try. But not all streamers. Like if you're stuck with a couple that are not trolly, call them like, hey, come, everyone, come, let's go. Kill this or this.
Fucking Greek.
Yeah,
Also,
F those guys.
Could be some guilds that we want.
Pretty much, we don't want to be on Asmongold server, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind me or that guy really bad at the game.
I'm
Problem is this fan is playing with everyone
I might
else
make an
from
alt
that
to do it,
classic
but-
cast.
I just want to be on a server where we could be competitive for world bosses. And I'm not even a class who really needs world boss.
Have they
gear.
announced how many servers they're actually going to release for?
So today, apparently, they announced they're doing 8 Chinese servers. So, you know, I don't know,
China
like
already
what?
was told?
What?
China was told how many servers are getting?
That's what someone said earlier. 8.
It's on Reddit.
Damn, if there's 8 servers, the economies are going to be crazy.
But you know, China also has a
That's
billion
just at
people.
the start too.
I don't know how many people.
Name making day may come out and like there may be more than 10,000 people trying to sign up for every server on every realm, and they'll have to be like, all right, well, let's put out more realms.
Right.
I know there was an interview that they talked about 30 being too many, and they were looking at 15 to 20-ish for US, but they really weren't sure.
Yeah, really just all depends. People, I mean, could be 2 million people, could be 12 million. I don't think any of us know. I'm sure Blizzard probably has a good estimate at this point.
The estimate comes in tomorrow, hence the stress test. For everybody.
Well, like today, I think by today, a lot of people probably resub. Or if not, by this weekend, they definitely.
It'll still be the vast minority, though.
Yeah, a lot of people who don't care about actually having their name because it's not anything important will probably wait.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be on it tomorrow because I don't really care about the name as much.
Names are on Monday.
Tomorrow's the stress test, not the naming.
Well, any of that really. I'd rather just have an extra week of game time.
When I look at it being basically a 2-year game, a couple weeks isn't going to really matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there anyone else that has a? Let's say we get a realm list. Let's say there's 50 realms. I was thinking probably wouldn't be smart to choose like the whatever's at the top because logic like rate from the top down. So the first one that like jumps out to most people, like, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Well, Val has mentioned before, like, just don't pick anything too flashy. Don't pick anything that sounds like the coolest name right off the hop, because that's probably where people end
One
up.
that starts with Z.
I was thinking that one starts with Z, some weird
Listen,
letter.
whatever Malar says, let's do the opposite.
No, actually, whatever Sir Malara says he really likes, we'll take that one.
But we also don't want to play like complete dead server. But I mean, never know.
I don't think there's gonna be a dead. I don't think they're gonna make that few of servers or that many of servers that there's gonna be a dead server.
Yeah, they definitely said their intention was to be slim and go up. It's easier to keep a healthy pop that way than to go down.
And they also have this thing where if too many people are going to a certain server on the name characters thing, they're gonna announce it to like this server's now gonna have queues, so people have to go to a different server. So I think there's gonna be a big spread. Is like there's gonna be a high pop servers, but I don't think it's gonna be like 2 or 3 servers have all the population, because eventually people aren't gonna want to flood to a server that they're never gonna play on because they got to sit in 3,000 player queue.
When they announce the server names, I mean there will be forums open, and
But
people will be talking about, you know, this guild's joining this server. I mean, so we'll get a good guild list of, you know, who's going to be where, and we can decide, you know, based on how many guilds are on a server.
Yeah. But that'll probably happen Saturday or Sunday. So if you want to be around, some probably talking about it, assuming that they give it to us for the set.
Just pay attention to Discord, because we'll probably post that in announcements.
Yeah, when we actually decide the realm, post it. Announcements.
Okay, so I have a question that's not related to like, you know, the server stuff and everything, but did anybody actually like get in the beta?
Yes.
Yeah, I was in it. It was
Okay.
shit.
Just shut up, Jay.
No, the question I have about the beta is okay, did anybody actually play like a mage or test a mage?
Man tested one.
Man on here?
Yeah.
All right. So
Man
my
and Brady
question,
both-
my question is, it's about the clear casting, because like all the private servers have weird mechanics with clear casting. Does it proc like, you know, like exactly like 10% on every spell, or you know, is it like weird?
I didn't get that high, but
Other people
I
tested
watched
that.
a lot of videos, and a lot of people said that.
I mean, I'm gonna
it's
find
lower.
out.
It's worse than private servers.
Okay, so it's like normal then. Okay.
Less, not worse.
No, because
Wouldn't
private
that be
servers,
worse?
the private server clear casting.
No,
is
it would be
balanced.
It'd be more
correct.
correct. It's semantics. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm
Worse
gonna
makes it
find
imply
out anyway. I just kind of wanted
that that's
to know.
bad. It's not bad. It's good for working as it's supposed to. 10% proc
Yeah,
chance.
no, 10% is how it should be.
Other questions? Realm stuff? Is there...
The only thing I could say about the realms that this should be positive to some people. I don't know if they think it's positive, but they have confirmed again by mentioning queues will be a thing. Like if servers are too heavy, they're going to be queues, so they're not just going to keep spawning endless layers. So there is a layer cap, without them saying there is one, which is good. That's the only thing I had to say.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Are you still cool with saving my name?
If you need me to, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I'll have an extra spot if it's just one name. Is it just your name?
Yeah, that's all I'm really super
I'll
concerned
just
about.
save it on my account then and give it to you on launch day. Oh, they also did confirm, if anyone is wondering, they have this. Well, they used to have a thing on retail. The Blizzard person confirmed that that's not a thing anymore. But it used to be that if you got a name and then deleted that name, the name would still be your name for a little bit of time, a couple days or a couple weeks or what I don't know what it used to be, but that's no longer a thing. So if you get a name on there and then delete that name and then somebody takes it, they can take it like right away. If you want to hold somebody's name for them, is kind of what I'm saying. If you want to hold somebody's name for them, you can give it to them on release day.
Well, and I would suggest, like, for RDO, if you know you can come on a little bit later and it's still open, then I should
That's the
swap
other thing.
it at that.
That's the other thing. It's not closing. They also said that they're.
Right.
It's not like if you don't get your name reserved on that day, you can't reserve your name. The reserve thing is open until the game launches. You just can't physically enter the world on your character.
It's just it's 4 hours after
So
I
you
get
can
off work.
keep making and deleting names and adding names. You just might not be able to get them. So I can save his name for till he gets home and then delete it, give it to him, and everything's hunky dory.
Okay, that's cool.
Same with if we save names on multiple servers, you can later delete that name and then get all the names on one server if we think it'll work better. So there is options, and it's not like a rush to be on that day, except if you're trying to get like a name like Bob, something like that.
Nice.
I can't wait to reserve Pronator.
How? Go.
If I get it, I'm the new Pronator.
You can have it.
I'm the captain now.
No.
I was
I
gonna
don't want to
try.
see his attempt at slideshows. It'd be terrible.
I was gonna try to get Sephiroth just for the hell of it, but
You could probably get it. Just have it all coded and just control C.
Nah, I decided I'm gonna have one of my alts named after my dead friend.
Oh, that's nice too.
I mean, obviously, there's no way I'm gonna get Nick, but I'm gonna use his last name. Hear you.
I don't know, like if you're on right as the time it tells you to go, like it's like they have to pick the same server you're picking and that same name. There's a chance you could get things like exact names you want, basically. Because it's not like the picking the names like when it was on Chronos, even when we got to pick our names, because there was only one server. I'm assuming you have at least 20 servers to pick from, so 20 chances to get, well, not 20 chances, but 20 chances to pick a server that somebody didn't pick that name on at the very start of the game.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's important if we can to figure out what server we're gonna pick prior to that time, so that we can ensure that we get our names.
Should we like limit it down to one server? Should we to two with being like 90%? This is 10. One is like a backup or something.
I don't know. I would love it if we can just narrow it down to one server.
Yeah, personally, I'd prefer one because I gotta get a name for me, and then my alt.
I gotta get my banker.
And my banker.
Spend a couple $12 for a couple extra accounts.
When they do announce it, I'm gonna. I have quite a few of the different guilds from private servers and things like that on my Discord, and then they'll probably put their. I'll do some detective work, and we'll find out where everyone's going.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know we were talking about we don't necessarily want to be on the same server as some that we know are
Grizzly.
Stupid. Yeah.
I'm not so much worried about being on those server, but because there's always gonna be that guild on each server, but we're not gonna have to they're a different kind of guild just because they're a different time zone guild than us. A lot of those guilds were all European guilds, or a mixture of European guild players and American players without jobs and stuff. Like you're not gonna have that on these American servers.
Are we talking PvP server?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going PvP. Yeah.
I was reading this big post about people worried about the Angoro
RP.
Wait, are we really going to RP?
No.
You okay with that, Panda?
There's only going to be probably
I
one.
don't want an RP server.
I mean, you would probably dodge a lot of people.
So everyone get the pirate map.
We can get friendly with Horde guilds. Like I know with Jimaru they're going Horde. They used to be like a big thing on the original Nostalrius.
Which guild?
It's Jimaru.
Yeah, the thing is, we got to make sure we're picking like that LE base, so that'll be kind of our determining thing. Hopefully I really hope it is very specific as to the hub. To me though, like what do they say for Central? Do they go either way with it? And if they don't, like, why would they have more hosted in one spot and only a few hosted in LA? I don't know.
Bless you.
Yeah, I would hope to see that we see Pacific time zone and Central time zone. That's it. No East Coast. That way it would be like very obvious.
I guess that's very true.
That sounds good.
Yeah, if they said that, it'd be very true.
Okay, let's move on. So there's we found this yesterday. This site. Oh, it's called 60updates.com. You haven't looked at it? You need to check this thing. You might already know, like, have a pretty good game that you're wanting to do it. 60 or for free. Everything. This site allows you to basically min-max your stuff based on like your setup. So if you know anything about back in the day where we do what is it called? Good get like, little mods or whatever to tell you what gear you should have based on gear you earn. Yeah, it's basically that, but it also gives you the option to see on the right. See point. You could say how this stat compares to this other stat, sort of thing. Basically evaluates your gear based on that, which tends to be, and it takes it basically to the degree where it tells you exactly where the things drop materials. It gives you an approximate cost. It's just really powerful tool if you're looking for something where you can have like something set in stone to be shooting for, going, you need to get this piece here. Gives you a quick snapshot. If you look on the left, if you're playing like a melee or something, it's like that's just Savage Gladiator. You can see like, oh, I could expect a ton, but sort of like that.
Also, it goes by phase as well. So if you don't know what gear you want to have best in slot for, like phase 2 or phase 3 or phase 4 or phase 5, you can hit that and it'll set for that phase.
Yeah, and you compare gear sets, and it's a lot of power.
It is fun to use. The stat weighting isn't as confusing as it looks on the side there. It's basically you just put the number for how much you value that number. So whatever the highest number is on there, it's going to value that the highest. So you can I'm pretty sure you could probably just do a number scale from 1 to 10 and then put 10 by your crit chance. Like you wouldn't put like, if you need 8% hit, you wouldn't put an 8 by the hit chance. If you just really want to value hit chance, you would just make sure your hit chance number is up higher as a number, and then it'll just value it higher in your gear. So it's a lot more simpler than it looks.
Yeah, but it's also it is based on over years people come up with these numbers, like how much I have 10 spell power. How much is that compared to 75 intellect, or something like, which is better? It's really hard because it's so arbitrary, but it's basically tries to take all of that into account, calculate properly. It's like it's pretty accurate, but the fact that you tweak it, it's our.
And it has the green pieces in it as well. The greens with the random suffixes on them, and you can have them put those into your gear if you want, just to laugh at how shitty your gear
doesn't
looks.
factor in doesn't factor in set bonuses when it's doing the initial calculation of random gear, but if you put them on and they have a value, then it'll calculate them afterwards. So like for phase 1, if you try to put on best in slot mage gear, it won't put on the actual best in slot gear.
Yeah, we'll give you 3-piece tier. But
well, it also, once you get over your hit cap, is still treating hit more important than other things.
Right, and obviously, like stuff like that is gonna be really hard for it to understand.
Oh, I have another piece of business I want to ask about. Is there any place I can go see like what our current roster looks like and class needs and shit like that?
We need warlocks.
Yeah, I figured
hi.
we need warlocks.
Hey, I was supposed to be a warlock.
No.
We actually are pretty solid on a lot.
I'd say we're open to pretty much everything, but rogues are a lot of people, mages are a lot of people already, a lot of priests. Everything else, like...
Yeah, no warriors, dude.
We actually had quite a few warriors at the start, but then a lot of warriors haven't been around for a while, so it's hard for us to count them. So really, going in, we only had like 2 Furies. We're probably only going to run maybe 4 Furies, I would suspect, at the most. So.
Well, shit.
So I just linked
maybe
our current roster. People in like status of green have contacted us in the last like week or two ish. So pretty much. This is sorted by class.
So we need Furies, huh?
That's not really what I'm saying. Somebody else just said something about there being a lot of warriors. Like, that's 2 people I think just joined as warriors. But I think you had expressed your want to do that before, didn't you?
No, I did. I was like, if we don't have, what I was talking about was Nick was gonna play with us and he was gonna be a warrior. So like, well, it was either gonna be me be a warrior or him be a warrior, but like after talking about it with you guys that we'd have tanks, I was like, then I can just be a mage.
And that's the other thing. As it is right now, for me personally, I would say there's a tank spot open as well right now. Just because I haven't heard from Viral in a while, and that's not
It's the time we need
cool
to hear
with
from
me.
him, and we haven't heard from him yet.
Okay.
So right now, I would say there's an opening for a tank spot.
Just because
I'm not
there's
saying
6
to you.
warlocks
I'm
doesn't mean
specifically-
they'll all
I'm
make
just
it
saying-
to
Why
60.
am I not good enough for you, Michael?
I have no idea. I've never seen you tank.
You've seen me tank. I tanked with Viral.
Oh yeah, I used to tank the ZGs for us.
Yes.
Those went really well.
But
Yeah, I
who
nominate
did
Bryce.
you tank with?
I tanked with Viral.
Well, how would I have seen you tank?
Okay, yeah, you haven't seen me tank, but everybody else saw me tank.
Well, how do you do, everyone? I don't
Yeah,
know.
they did fine.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, if
If you're interested, for sure, let me know.
If you look at this list and you're like, oh man, looks like we got 8 rogues already, 12 this already. Well,
We're only running 6 rogues, so
you don't know how many people. Everyone gets to 60. You never
Well,
know.
you don't know how many people are gonna get to 60, how many people
Are gonna get
might
banned.
have real life shit hit them, right? You never know.
And at the same time, you might see 8 rogues here, but we're still only going to run 6 in a raid, so keep in mind that if you want to play a class, pick a class,
not
and if
make
you're
it
going
in
to
time
excel in that
for
class,
raid.
you'll get a spot kind of thing. Like, don't waver from something you want to do. The most important thing I can say is play what you want to actually play, because if you play anything else, you're not going to have that same feeling towards it, down the
And
road.
Don't forget, agree that we all want to have a good raid.
You guys, we also are planning on having a alt run on the weekends, which can contain a lot of our casual mains, and generally our alt runs are as fast as our main runs.
Like I was talking about, like, we talked about this before. Like, I love mage and I love warrior, like, pretty much equally, but my main concern was that I wanted to make sure we have tanks, right? And I know I'm one of those people that actually enjoys tanking, so I just, like, I thought Viral was going to be here.
Oh, I thought 100% he was, and he said he was 100%, and maybe, he's just got stuff going on and he doesn't know about all of this and the messages we've been
Yeah,
sending.
Gripes, he'll do it, man.
But yeah, the only thing we have other than the tank situation, like, which is nice, we still have 3 tanks to start with, which is all we really need to start. The thing we do have on our side though is a lot of the people that have said they are coming back are people that we've been playing with for years, and so we know they're reliable and they'll show up and things like that. So we do have a healthy number of players going in that'll stick long term. So that's the best bonus thing.
That's good. Yeah, I was just wanting to see what our like needs are as we stand, because I do have
Warlocks.
I do have a guild that I'm playing on a TBC server with right now, and there's some good players over there.
Well, it looks like it says
I
that
was
we
going to
have
see if
5 warlocks
I
here
could
now.
grab some of them.
6 warlocks. Yeah, DPS warrior. It looks like we've got more on here now that say they want. Before that was a lot lower, but it looks like we got a bunch recently.
Wait, Mare actually contacted you, Pro? Awesome, okay.
Oh, that's good.
When was the last time you talked to Targ?
He's on my battle.
Couple of days ago.
Okay,
I can talk to him
alright,
whenever, yeah.
good. Okay.
Has anybody talked to Xeno?
Mm-mm.
I just spoke with Kill, though he was a new player. He's playing with a different guild now.
Okay.
Like,
What
now,
class
or,
was he
like,
gonna play?
coming
Hey, wake up!
I don't know what that means. He's not playing with us in Classic. He's playing with a new guild now.
What class was he planning on?
He never decided.
Oh, okay. Well. Oh, he was under mage.
He was a new
Deleted.
guy. But yeah, there's quite a few people here. Quite a lot of classes seem to be pretty healthy for the most part. So like that's what I really want to stress. Like play what you really feel like you want to play, what you're going to excel at, what you know the best, that you're going to have the most fun playing for a long time. That you're not going to be like halfway through and be like, can I re-roll to this and waste all the gear and shit that's on mine. It'll be my ult for the ult right now and stuff like that. Like we want you to really like your character. We want you to take pride in your character so that you really push on your character.
So I've already mentioned the upgrade. Pretty sure. Like let's say it's an actual outrage with like 10. Do you 10 of which should get 100% priority?
Pretty
If
much.
it's just us.
Well,
I mean, if it's
a
something
full
like
guild
molten
alt raid,
core.
but if it's full guild alt raid, then like for sure. But it depends on the situation. Like if it's like consistently that this person's main is in the alt raid, he's pretty much in the alt raid. Like I wouldn't prio him. But if it's for a specific reason, like our main tank, like you're in the alt raid tanking, the binding would go to you. Or if we're trying to get a specific item, a neck for somebody or a toe up or something, and we have a specific mage, but just because there's overflow, I would prio them if there's overflow and they're like normally in the main raid, but the alts, you gotta get the gear to the alts too, I guess, right? You kind of, that's the whole point, it's the alt raid.
Yeah.
But if we have people in there for specific reasons, I'm sure everyone will understand.
Like maybe like tier stuff, it's like, unless it's like complete or set or something.
It's the benefit of not having DKP though, for sure, is that there's, you can still keep track of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like a freebie where somebody else had to pay.
That would be cool. Because I know it have it. It's a lot more like back feeling, even though it's still the same speed.
Yeah, no, that's what you want it to be like. You want it to be a fun environment,
Hey,
especially if
wake
it's
up.
going to be on the weekends. But yeah, if anybody knows any of the people at the bottom on that list there that are in the red, if you know any of those people, and
I do. I just have to catch Flexen on Steam.
There's a couple people in white that expressed interest, but we haven't.
yeah, I guess if you know any of those people too.
Boogala.
Kinetics is in TeamSpeak right now, so you can give him red, green.
Yeah.
Sorry, Boogala?
Yeah, Boogala's my buddy. He should be raiding with us.
Booga.
Does anyone know
The hunter?
Malvik or
Yeah.
Ambrosia? The 2 druids in white?
Druid was a random recruit.
Yeah, both of them look like random recruits. I'm just
Okay,
curious if
but you
anybody
can.
knew them.
You know the Booga person like in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, then you can make him green if he's gonna be for sure there.
And honestly, Flexin will be here. Like, he's that kind of person. He was on like 2 days ago, and I went and took a nap instead of talking to him because I was too fucking tired.
Yeah. But on that same note, we do want people to check in. But as long as as long as they check in with someone and tell us that's okay.
That's the main important part of most of these meetings and why we've been having so many meetings over the months and weeks and stuff. It's not because we have a ton of stuff to talk about, as you guys can tell. Like, it's just this is a raid night, and we want to keep everyone in touch, and we never want to, like, we've been taking quite a break since we've raided last, like, so we wanted to keep everyone together and just been chatting. So we understand if people can't make it to the meeting stuff, but though, in 19 days,
It'll be a raid night.
We're going to be raiding, well, not raiding right away, but you know what I mean. Like, eventually this will be a regular night that people need to be on because we'll be raiding. So we did want to make sure we kept that going so people understood.
We haven't heard from Fuddbucker.
I really like him.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Fuddbucker.
Oh man, I'm sad. I don't even know him.
He's really good. And
He's a good
really
healer.
Nice, and he's a funny guy.
Yeah, Fuddbucker's great.
There's nothing wrong with Fuddbucker, right?
I wonder how many times we can say Thudbucker.
Not a fuck goes unfucked when he's around.
Everyone likes a good Fuddbucker.
I called him Buttfucker once in raid and everyone got mad at me.
It's because
I was in the middle of a
his
moment.
shaman's name.
What was the shaman's name again?
BNT.
Oh yeah,
BNT,
BNT.
yeah, there you go.
We're missing Fuddbucker and kinda moist.
Pro, you never heard back from Finley?
You think any of these hunters, besides Shubman's, gonna know how to trank shot?
Sad face.
I believe that Flexin is planning on playing Hunter, and he's...
Oh, sweet. Do we not have to rely on Laura? That's great. Perfect.
Yep. I don't know, man. One of the hunters is your friend, so...
That was kind of my thing.
Does he know how to trank?
That's
probably
good
be
to
the
see.
fourth
That is
one to
true.
get
That
it,
is
so.
that is true.
Just throwing that out there.
Hunter we had.
We know Oron doesn't know how to trank, so... Is he even in here right now? God damn it.
Fail trolling.
Yep, Hannah, what are you on this list for right now? What are you listed as?
Sorry, not sorry.
Me? I'm a mage right now.
Honestly, at this point, I would just stay there. That seems to be like the lowest
I'm fine
amount.
being a mage, dude. I like mage.
Didn't notice we got so many warlocks recently. It's really sweet that Mare contacted you.
Well, if we end up having too many hunters like Nostarius, my mage will be level.
Mazer'll make his
Are
return.
you gonna do Me Too, Millar, like we talked about?
The Me Too movement.
You know, like I'll give you like.
Whoa, and
$50.
Eva, my man.
What the?
PayPal.
Yeah, that brings up a side note.
Like I said, man, I'm fine. I'm totally happy being a mage. My main concern is I want us to succeed, and we're gonna need tanks if we're gonna succeed.
Listen,
We got 3 solid tanks right now. I can definitely get us a 4th tank if Iro doesn't show up, but I have faith.
don't worry.
I can bring
Bryce,
back prawn sauce.
He's
we go.
he's a good backup.
Mike, look no further. I'll be your druid tank.
Barbecue told me that he's going to be main tanking in his new guild.
Come on.
What?
Is Barbecue even around anymore? What?
No,
He's on the
he
horde.
started a new guild, and he will be main tanking.
It's not technically Valor. Alright, it's old.
That's old.
Well, he's
serious?
remaking the original. Yeah.
Why? What?
Because he
They
heard
got
you came
married.
back and Nymphy, and he's just like, I don't know.
Ouch.
No, it was his work schedule, and he just got married and stuff. He can't do our raid times with his work times and stuff. So instead of trying to say he can make our raids and end up having to duck out or miss time, he just went a different route, which was the better route. Yeah, he bamboozled us. He took absolutely nothing from us and let us know.
He got all the stuff in the guild bank?
Is
You
Rage
got it all.
joining his guild?
No, but Rage also has let us know that he can't make our raid times, and that he's let us know in advance that he will be going camping on us again. So.
Well, at least you know
Don't
what.
start
That's
with
all
us.
that matters. Is we got friends, right?
that
That's
a
we're all.
euphemism
We're
for
about
another
the
guild?
friendship more than we are about anything.
No, going camping is the very, very first time he quit on our guild. He just told us that he was going for a camping trip and he was going to be gone for a couple of days, and that was like months. Then he came back all randomly. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm back." We were just worried about him on his camping trip, and we were hoping everything was okay.
Bears.
Hey guys, I'm
bears.
back.
We
Hey,
weren't
just
sure.
let me on
We honestly
stupid
didn't know what
fun
happened.
about
We were
the-
actually at first we a little bit were worried because this was the first time we ever did it. That
Talk
something
about-
happened on his camping trip.
When Millar disappeared with that
Yeah, but
That happened too.
that dominatrix.
But
or
that was
whatever.
like it was like his
Well, that's a better
first real
story.
thing. So
That's-
like
yeah,
we
that's a better
understood.
story.
He was
Yeah,
saving a cat
he just
in
let
Oregon.
that hunter.
But yeah, so that's just going
accumulate
camping.
some
That's
dust.
Anyways, let's continue. Let's finish up this. Let's keep going on our list here. Where are we at in our spreadsheet?
Spreadsheet?
Or where we're at on
We're
the
done.
slideshow.
Slideshow? We are at the end.
Okay, great.
So next week, obviously be here tomorrow. Most of us probably won't be open for 11 a.m. Pacific. If you want to just show up tomorrow night, just to be playing
be
stress
all
tests and be setting up add-ons and crap, just having some fun. Definitely be paying attention this weekend so you know which realm stuff. If you can make Saturday and Sunday nights, just check in.
If you care about your name, that's really for only people that really care about the name. There's people
Yeah.
that don't care about your name, and you're just gonna pick up a name, whatever. On
Well, we
Monster,
still
that's
need to.
cool.
We still need to pick the right realm.
Yeah.
So when do we get to pick our name on Saturday night?
The council
Monday.
process. No, we didn't talk about that, Dwells.
Monday?
Monday's when you get names.
Okay, alright. What time? Does anyone know? 3 in the p.m.? Alright. Fuck, I won't get off till 4. No one's gonna take my name.
It's
I'll be sure
perfect
to
for
take
me
it.
because I live in Georgia, so it's gonna be 6 o'clock here. It's perfect.
Fucking West Coast over.
So glad I have that day off.
What else you guys got?
Show me what you got.
Is this question time?
Questions?
Yeah, questions. Go ahead, man.
So hypothetically, if you have to get rid of a body in a hotel room really quickly, and I checked that there's no bathtub, it's just it's just shower stall. What's the quickest way to do it?
Oh my god.
Does the window slide?
Uh,
Probably not. It's a hotel room. The windows can't slide.
give me a
People
sec.
jump out.
Do you have
No.
a carpet?
Do they have like a laundry chute?
No. It's motel really. It's not even a hotel. It's a motel.
Is it a motel?
Yeah.
Is there like a
So it's
cleaning
got like
lady?
a cloth curtain.
You're just gonna, I don't know, realistically, if you gotta hide in the room, is the bed just have that wooden
No, I don't
base
want
in
to
the
hide. I
bottom?
want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
as
is there
quickly as
room under
possible.
the bed? This is the important question.
I would. You're not gonna be able to get rid of it with no bathtub and without at least a bucket. Like you've seen Breaking Bad, right? Come on.
Don't use the bathtub.
You need to have yourself a nice rubber bucket. Why? What happened?
It's a hypothetical.
Oh, just totally hypothetical.
Nice.
All right. Any other really great questions?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say thank you guys. For everybody that sent me stuff for the baby. That was
Yay!
It was really really nice of you. It was I think it all together it's almost like $400 worth of stuff. I mean, that's fucking nuts, honestly. So yeah, I see it as toxic to this for me. So thanks guys. It really helps too. It was a lot of stuff that we needed, so I really appreciate it. Thanks everybody.
It's only because you're good at healing kids. It's the only reason.
I snipe people's heels.
We need to get that girl on there farming for us.
That's right. We need a healer or a crazy mage.
Gotta age her up quicker.
Are you gonna be around tomorrow?
I don't think that I will be. I have to go to the Cherokee capital and get her Indian card, and that shit takes all day long.
You can't do that online.
Yeah, it does.
You
Will
can
you-
do it
Check
online.
Will you be on at
They let me do mine online, kids.
Just swap Elizabeth Warren.
I wish I could do it online. I have to take the baby and everything. We had to wait for her birth certificate to get in and her social security card, and now we have
They
to.
need physical proof. They need to see her.
She get an Indian name? Hopefully it's not something terrible like Widespread Beaver or something.
Oh my god.
Where's Nightblade at?
Probably playing PUBG.
Hey, how are you? So will you be on at nighttime then?
I mean, yeah, I'll be back by at least I think 7 maybe, but I have no idea how long it will actually take. I mean, they said it would a process, but I don't plan on, staying overnight or anything like that. So I assume I'll be back before it's dark.
Alright.
It's about true fate.
Should have been Choctaw. It'd have been a lot easier.
Man, I know it, and so Creek's easier too. Going to Muskogee is a lot easier. I don't know why the Cherokee have to do it this way. It's frustrating.
I mean, just think if you would have just masturbated.
You know what? After 16 years, I can't even believe it happened.
Hey, did the gifts give
You're
you some
only
goodwill with
16
the
years
wife?
old.
Yes, it did. I tried because she was like, "Wait, people are really gonna send stuff," and I was like, well, "Yeah, probably. I bet you they do." And she was like, "No," and then a couple $100 worth of stuff is showing up on Amazon, and she's like, "Holy shit!"
So you didn't even get mine. It comes tomorrow.
I know what you got. I actually
You know
saw
what
it
I
this
got?
morning. Yeah, I
It's a
saw it this
Ram-
morning.
Tell
Wait till
them
you-
what's bought on the registry.
Wait
The
till you,
Land Rover.
It's
Wait
a
till-
free t-shirt.
I sent you a second baby.
Oh, Jesus.
Enjoy.
No, I decided to get the baby monitor since I'm kind of. You want babies? No.
Yeah. Not just
You
babies.
better
like, as
check
they
to see if that
age
thing's
well.
been altered.
Tempered.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's
it's been
fine.
hacked. He's really got a
Trust
direct
me,
link
come
to
on.
the video feed.
It's just Pro checking up on his baby. His red-headed baby. I don't have red hair. I don't have. My mother keeps saying that Indians have a red tone in their hair. I don't have red hair. My baby does. I don't know what's going on.
That's just how she explains some indiscretions.
Oh Lord, are you sure
Yeah.
the
Is this really going?
Maybe it's a skip a generation sort of thing.
I think so. My aunt had red hair when she was younger.
I've heard that a lot with redheads. It skips.
Pronator skips?
Skip to
Oh,
my
yeah, I want
blue.
to see you skipping.
Well, isn't that like the same with twins? Like, it usually skips a generation. Redhead skips a generation. I don't know. That could be just wives' tales.
I think it's a recessive trait, yes.
Oh, I got a great story. Funny story.
It's a classic.
So it's almost classic, really. Well, it's something that we're, it's part of our plan routine. So I was like, honey, we need to walk. Like, we need to get better at this. So last night.
You have to
How to get better at
walking the
walking.
dog.
Wait, you don't know how to walk?
No. Like walk, like fitness walk, right? So
He only
okay.
knows how to
Well,
crawl.
you know, like,
I-
we sit in front of WoW all day. It's like work or WoW, so...
So I took her out, or she put me on. Never mind. We were walking outside, and we walked for 30 minutes, right? And we stopped in between. 15 minutes. Took us to get
Is that
to.
a record?
Took us 15 minutes to get to Dairy Queen. Walked back.
I love walking to fast food or riding my bike to it. It feels so like worth. Like this was like just cancels each other out. So it's like I didn't do anything bad.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it works that way, no.
Yeah.
It's 100% how it works, Malar. Okay.
Similar.
I don't think you burn off what you're eating.
I'm all about
Guaranteed
rewarding
stop, that's
myself.
pretty
If
rough.
we're gonna do this, let's reward me for it.
Yeah.
It's the small things in life, Lamar.
Speaking of eating, I know we talked about.
Oh God, here we go.
I just want a grocery list you
Can
guys
somebody
make
tell
for
what
me.
you guys are gonna buy.
Just
this a real conversation?
be careful with like high sugar and caffeine intake because you'll crash hard afterwards, and then you'll get like fall behind.
Do we have like a number that we can get?
5-hour
People can
energies?
spam us. Wake up.
But really, the most important thing is to get up and stretch and to drink some water once in a while.
I'd recommend get at least 2 or 3 bunches of bananas. Potassium is really good for energy too.
Yep, bananas.
Yeah, get some-
Bananas. And tea
Bananas.
and
So
coffee.
you're saying
No
like
coffee,
every
no tea.
5 hours walk to Dairy Queen and have a banana split and then come back?
User disconnected from your channel.
No, mix caffeine with bananas.
But yeah, be careful on the
User
most
disconnected
important
from
thing
your
is be
channel.
careful on the caffeine thing, because then you
So-
just will crash.
A 5-hour energy and bananas in a blender?
Okay, 5-hour energy is caffeinated.
Yeah, you just need to be like natural stuff.
It says not caffeinated on the thing.
You gotta drink bangs.
Either way, like, definitely water. It's key.
Water and, you know,
Do they
a
make
little bit of
caffeine
juice.
water?
Right?
Can't you die having too many of those like 5-hour energy things? Like there's like
Yeah.
a limit you're
Died
supposed to
too
have.
having too many bananas.
It tells right on it not to exceed
or
like
water.
2 a day or 3 a day.
Yeah, you can
Same.
die from
I've,
water.
I've had 3 or 4 a day. I've been fine.
For how many
If
days
you
in a row?
consider me fine.
Technically, air's killing us right now,
Well, I'm done breathing air then.
right?
I thought there was
halfway
somewhere
there.
like there's like warnings if you had more than one day. It was like really bad. I knew
What,
one
a
kid that
5-hour?
went to go to the hospital.
Well,
Had to
yeah,
get a
it
pump or
says
something.
you're not supposed to have more than 2.
Is there any more WoW questions? Anybody have more
That's
questions?
what it says.
Anything, something we're about to do? Anything, the way we're doing stuff?
Did we make an official decision on how many weeks we're going before first raid day?
Official will have to be based on really how many people we have. Like, we could say a number, and if the people just aren't ready, then there's nothing they can do about that. But we really don't want to push it for too long.
I would
I
hope
think
week
3
3
weeks,
would be the latest.
Yeah, week 3 I think is a realistic number to ask for. That's not overly, I don't know.
Crackheadish.
Yeah, it's not. You're not doing like a no life, but you also are putting in, you know, a consistent amount of time. It's like 5 to 6 hours a day. I think we had it mapped out that you could be 60 and pre-raid best in that period of time. You know,
Is that
provided.
actually how long it would though? Because like, weren't they saying that it actually takes longer to level?
No, they were
I have a
fine.
feeling
Hey,
it's gonna be
user
more like-
disconnected
like-
from your
They
channel.
were
They were-
saying
they were
it's like
saying-
20 to 30% longer.
Because of the amount of people, and I guess it all based how crowded
Well,
it
obviously.
is.
We did a
Again,
lot of those
based on
numbers
that.
off of looking at classic numbers. Me and Pro got those numbers actually. That wasn't even doing the fastest route. That was just doing the dungeon spamming groups and putting in that time and then the experience per hour that you would get from that by looking at the experience you get from the mobs off of the classic beta. So from that numbers is where we got that. So you could actually do it faster if you're doing a nice solo route, or if you have your own whatever, or if you're putting in more time.
But it does bring up, because there's some people who know might have conflicts at first, like week or 2, and we're not going to just like eat dust necessarily. As long as you're putting in the effort, you get to close. Like, we can help you from like 50 plus dungeons and stuff.
Well, I'm expecting people to help, especially the early ones. Just people that sit there, like when there's only 2 or 3 people hit 60 at the start, and the first thing they do is, you know, week after, like because some people here are super no lifers. There's other people in the guild that are absolute no lifers that will be 60 ahead of everyone, and I do not want them to be like, okay, I'm 60 now. That means I don't have to help anybody because I did it already and blah blah. Like, if they can help, they should help. That doesn't mean though they need to stop what they're doing and sit there and hold somebody's hand and do quest them. But like, if somebody's saying they need help in like the 50s or something, like, how can you help with the quest, like one quest, or help with something to just get me here? Like, I would hope that they would help. I can't expect it because obviously they have things they need to do as well, but I would hope that they help as much as possible, especially when there's 3 or 4 guys or 5 or 6. Once we have 10, you know, like anything you can to get the extra people in the 60s, getting more people getting gear, because we don't want to be doing pugs. We want to be doing guild stuff as soon as possible. So the faster we can get guilds up, and then we're doing guild Ubers and doing LBRS farms to get the key, so we get a guild key, and then we have Ubers going, and just the little things at the start. Like I really want it to be a guild forward trying thing. Like if you have the ability to put that time in to go faster, you know, just try and help other people with that can't put that exact amount of time, but that are still putting in a good effort. By all means, or no, by all means, but I'm not saying like if that person slacks his ass off and we're into week 3 and this guy's at like level 52 and you know everyone else is pre-raid best pretty much ready and they're just trying to get the last few pieces and this guy's not even finished leveling. I don't mean drop what you're doing and finish this guy off. That guy is not putting in the effort. Yes.
Why is it gotta be a guy?
You're
A guy or a girl. Either one. It doesn't have to be a guy. I'm just saying the person. You don't have to be realistic. Like if we're being, we don't have to help every single person. Help the people that are putting in the effort. But just don't be that guy that's sitting there and be like, "There's no one here at level 60. I'm just gonna go do something else." Or what's the point? Or blah blah. Like just because you had that ability to play 16 hours a day for the first 5 days. Not everyone can do that. So,
no
yeah,
raider left behind.
But within reason, of course, within reason. If that person's not putting effort in, and that's going to go with the raid, it's going to go with everything. People that do not put in effort or the right amount of effort are not going to be rewarded in this guild at all. Just because you can make that one time where you showed up to that raid or you showed up to that raid completely unprepared, don't think that you're just going to slip by. Like, we want people that put the effort in to feel like they are being rewarded for that, and we want the people who don't put in the effort to make sure they know they're not going to be rewarded for that, and feel it and see it. And if they don't like it, then that's great. They'll move on, and we'll find somebody else that wants to put in the effort, and we'll be rewarded for it. Like we're going to have a very strong, tight-knit guild where everyone is putting in a solid effort, and everyone's going to be happy for that.
Let's get flagged for industrial fishing again. Woo!
So about how many hours do I need to put in before I get
5?
Remember that on September 23rd...
I mean, like the second or third quest gives you a piece of gear, right? That's loot.
Hell yeah, there you go.
On September 23rd is when quote-unquote winter starts, which means you can start fishing winter squid at the end of September.
Yeah, and not exactly what she's saying there, but with what she's saying, they're helping. If there's anybody that has, Val sent me a link to a list that he's made for a leveling guide that he's created for himself. I don't know if he wants to release that to other people, and I'm not going to. It's up to him. But anybody that has information that can help the guild, if they think that they're healers, but if like you have a route or you have something that can help people level faster. Or if people get stuck, I really want people, especially new players in the guild, I don't want you to feel like you can't ask somebody in guild, be like, hey, I'm level 35, where the fuck do I go? Like, what do I need to do right now? Like, I don't expect that every 10 seconds, but, like, I want people to be very forwarding with help.
What's the best way to get the gold for my mount?
Like, I just want to get people to 60 as fast as possible, and I want people to get there as efficiently as possible without feeling burnt out or feeling lost. So if you can help people, please help them, even if it means just telling them where they need to go, or keep people on track and stuff like that, and look into making the 5-man dungeon spam groups like that. I know some people are talking about that in Discord about having a tank issue. There's gonna be lots of warriors, lots of paladins, lots of druids leveling up that can totally be a viable early dungeon level 20 to 40 dungeon tank viably. So don't count out dungeon groups. They are very viable in Classic, especially if you get stuck. If you're finding there's way too many people in the zone, the quests just aren't working, look to make a 5-man dungeon group. Don't just get complacent and log out or get mad or fall behind the curve because you're sitting there on one quest and you can't get things done. Like, look for options and look for the guild to help.
But also, if that's part of your plan, don't like, okay, let's do this 5-man dungeon group, and then 45 minutes later be like, okay, I'm done.
Oh no,
because it's just as bad.
No, for sure. Don't let the other groups down. I expect everyone kind of like the first few days, especially when we're leveling, that everyone's gonna be kind of gung ho. But be realistic with the times you have. Don't lead people on. Tell somebody, if you have only 5 hours to play, let them know you only got 5 hours to play or something like that. Or you need to leave for dinner in an hour and then you'll be back for 8 hours. Whatever it is. Like, be forward with people and just communicate and just have fun. And I don't know. We're not there yet, but I would really love it if people would be in TeamSpeak or would be in Discord, some sort of chat during the leveling process, or communicating with other people that you're not necessarily leveling or playing with. We tend to have, during leveling processes on the last few private servers, leveling groups and little cliques, and we really don't want that, especially with new players. We want everyone to kind of be playing, so don't be afraid to go and play with someone you haven't played with. Don't be afraid to join a group, or don't be afraid to help somebody new, or don't be afraid to ask if you're new for somebody to come play with them or something. The officers aren't special. They can help anybody. Anybody can help any person.
On that note, Michael, you guys should look at the leveling time frame that Pro put together when he asked all of us what our play schedules are going to be.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look for guildies who are going to be playing around the same time you're going to be playing. Go ahead and hit them up.
Yeah,
we're all friendly. Like, a lot of us have been together for over 4 years. And those that joined us later, like, I like to think of Swaps as a good example. Because he asked a lot of questions about our loot system and everything when we first started, right? Because when you join a new guild, you're concerned about those things. And, he wasn't necessarily sure that it was going to be fair. But we try to make everyone feel included. And make everyone feel like their opinion matters. Because that's what we want in this guild. And when you join this guild, you become family.
That's very true.
I just want to kill shit.
Yep. Very excited to do the world bosses. I've been watching a lot of, like, back in the day guilds going like PvP battles for world bosses and stuff, and I actually really missed doing that back in the day. But back then I had no idea what was going on.
To fight for, we don't really need Emerus. He's got the worst loot, but I think Lethon is the one you want the most.
I really want Azragos.
Well, Azragos, yeah, but of the Green Dragons, Lethon's got the best gear.
And bosses that people have never done before. There's I'll link it soon. He's still finishing up some of his guides, but there's this one. He's a private server player, but he's making his guides in the mindset of classic. Like, he mentions things that aren't correct in his guides. He says that this is a private server only bug or something like that. But his guides for a lot of the bosses, if you guys have never done them, are really, really good. And not that we're not going to explain fights and give us our own strats and stuff like that, but to familiarize yourself with some fights, just something fun to watch. I'll link that, and it's a good watch to get into the field class and get hyped again, especially for some of the Nax fights that you guys may not have ever partook in, either private server or even retail. Yeah, 19 days.
Yep. Exciting times, man. It's really sucks, man, that Nick couldn't make it, man.
Yeah, feel free, man. That's absolute shit.
Yeah. I mean, we've been planning this shit to play together in this guild, like, since last year.
Probably since announcement.
Yeah, pretty much. That's life. Funeral's on Saturday, so I'm gonna be going to his hometown this weekend, but I'll be ready on Monday.
Yeah, and if we decide or figure anything on, then I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll be ready on Monday. Just gotta make it through this weekend.
Okay, that's it for the meeting. Free to go or free to stay, or do I still chat for a while?
The chatting never stops.
What's up,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you think the guild chat's gonna be dead, it's because you're not in TeamSpeak.
I was saying, I don't know if I'll be around before it starts anyway, for moving and stuff, but...
That's okay. For Wednesday.
But,
Just let me know on Discord and I'll make it.
User left your
That's
channel.
okay. Are you gonna be around
User
for
disconnected
Monday?
from your channel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll probably just like go to like coffee shop or something real quick from work.
Okay. Yeah, and then anybody that can't be on for Monday, but really do want to get a name saved or something like that, just let me or let any of the officers know. We can write them down. And
User disconnected
if
from
we
your
have
channel.
spots open and that we can fill in, we can grab names for people, and then when they come on to get their name, we can pass it over to them.
Or you give them your account and password, and you have them ready to
And you
text
get
you, so you can
banned.
text them your authenticator.
Right,
Yeah.
Malar, when you level my character?
Like that's what I
No.
told the RDO originally we'd have to do, but then I was like, I could probably just save his name if he just wants the one. Because I got 6 reserves and I don't have that many names that I want to save.
Hey, do you have to be on the same server to be in the same guild on retail?
On
Pardon?
retail?
Yes,
Yeah,
you have
you
to
do.
be. Yeah. Oh, on retail?
Yeah, you have
I
to.
don't fucking know.
Yeah, you
You
have to
can
be in the
group
same.
different servers though, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't join the guild though. No.
You can do everything else. but join a
User
guild.
joined your channel.
People just do these little community things now, where it's cross server.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a guild.
Without the guild bank
Join our
privileges, come
creative
on.
community.
Yeah, retail guilds are lame.
And you can't trade consumables in those runs, right?
You can't trade anything with someone on a different server.
We can trade like the loot that drops.
Hey,
though.
Baz, how do I get my Bethic gear going or whatever?
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't played 8.2.
I could tell you. I have
Okay,
all
I need
my
my
Benthic
Bethic gear.
Alright, later, boys.
Pearls,
User
baby.
left your channel.
Are you guys playing Horde or Alliance on
User
retail?
disconnected from your
I'm on
channel.
the
User
Horde.
disconnected from your channel.
I'm about to get on it anyway.
Let's do some shit together.
Are you Horde or Alliance?
I'm Horde.
Oh, I'm Alliance, so fuck yeah.
I got one of them too.
Well, next expansion, you'll be able to play together.
I got all my Benthic gear, and then I couldn't get a dagger or a ring to high enough. Like I'm like 3 item levels off of the new LFR to do like the new raid instance. Like, couldn't do it, and I got bored. It's hard. No one else was really playing. It's hard to do groups. Well, it's not hard. It's really easy to find a group, but I mean, like, with real people.
It's hard on the Alliance side to find decent people for some reason.
Yeah, I really like my 30% all the time increase because I have war mode on.
It's because the population is like 4 to 1
I
Horde to
know.
Alliance.
Anytime I try and do anything when there's actual like horde playing, it's you can't do anything. It's 10 to 1, 12 to 1 everywhere I run.
You know, as someone who plays Horde, I never noticed. I was just like, what's that random health bar?
I always get mad because I see people with that 30% buff, and I'm like, I only got 10. What's up?
Yeah.
When you play an Alliance, you just get freaking clusterfucked by everybody.
Well, that's just it. Like I had to find like my moments to do. I was on the I can't fucking remember the names now, but not the island Nazhatal, not that one, but the other one.
Mechagon.
The Mechagon. Yeah, I was over on the Mechagon place, and I was just like running around, like no